And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about Lambda functions. Lambda functions can be quite a big topic, so I'll try and keep it small for now just to let it sink in slowly. So basically a Lambda function is kind of like a function in a one line. It's a one-liner function. So it can be really useful. So to give you a small example of a one-liner function, we can just say sum is equal to lambda, and here we can say x, y, and then x plus y. And now we can say print sum, and let's say 10 and 5, or 54, that works too. Then we get 64. So basically we created a function within one line. Of course, this could have also been done with a basic define. So define sum x, y, if I can type, and then return x plus y. It could have been the same, but Lambda is just kind of more useful for specific situations, which you might be getting into. So let's create a list. So let's say list, or let's just call this x. I'm going to call the list x. I'm going to call 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's say we want to loop over the list. So if we just print out x, we'll get a list. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's a function called map, and it allows you to go through the entire list and apply a function to it. So let's say we did this. Define add 10, and it can just take in x, and then it returns x plus 10. Now what we can do is, let's say we say mapped is equal to map, and in here we should pass in a function. We can say add 10 and in the list. So I'm just going to say x, and we can print map. So just to give you an example of what it is, and actually we get a mapped object, so we should convert this mapped into a list. And there we go. So we added 10 to every value inside of this thing right here in this list. Of course, we could have done the same by creating a for loop and adding one to it, but that's just a lot of effort. So we did this, we used map. But we can actually do all of this in one line. So we can say lambda, and here we can say lambda x, and then it's x plus 10. Then we can remove that add 10 there, and we'll still get the same output. So this is one way that lambdas can be really useful, because you can create a function, and that function inside of this function can actually take a parameter as well. So this is very useful. Lambda, yeah. So the same with filter. So let's actually call this, just to make it easier to know, filtered. And you're going to say filter. Now, filter basically returns everything that is true. So we insert a conditional. So here we can say x, we can pass in x, and we can say return if x is less than, let's say, 3. And then here we can just pass in the list. We probably should have called the list something else just so it's not confusing. So let's go here and just say li for list. And yeah, now let's see what we get. We get 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 is smaller than 3. So because it loops over the entire list. So it goes, okay, is that less than 3? Yes, it is. Is that less than 3? Yes, it is. So it returns those two, and then it goes here. Is that less than 3? And it's like, no, it's not. Is that less than 3? No, it's not. So it doesn't return these two because they were false. It returns these two because they were true. So that is how filter works, and then you can use a lambda inside of it. And then one more function while we're talking about lambdas because I'm kind of covering two topics here at once, because why not? It is a perfect time to actually cover those topics because they anyways need to take in functions. Reduce. So reduce is a little bit difficult to explain, so I'll actually just go here and just rename this to reduced, and we can actually import reduce because we need it now. So from func tools import reduce. Okay, and now I've imported it, now I can use it. So here we can say reduce, and just so it's not too difficult to actually see what's happening, I'm going to just go here and make this 5 and 10. So I'm just going to make that smaller. Now this lambda function, it can actually take in two parameters now. So x and y, let's do that. And x and y, we can just say x times y. Pass in the list, and let's see what we get. Of course, we don't need this list anymore because it's not going to return a list anymore. So let's remove that. And there we go, we get 15. So what just happened? Basically, reduce can take in two arguments, so these two right there. And it can do something with them. So here we got 15, and so it takes in x, so 5 will be x and 10 will be y. And then it adds those two together. So we can actually go x times y if we wanted to, and we'll get a times value, so now it's 50. So this is kind of just a way to take all of the things inside of your list and do something with them to create one value. And we did that with lambda. Of course, you didn't need to use lambda, you could have used a normal function and then just pass in that function here. But maybe this isn't something that you're going to use over and over, so you just use a lambda because then you don't have to create an entire function just for that one thing. But yeah, that's kind of functions and all of the array working with tools. I'm sorry to throw all of this on you, but yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you understood. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try and help you by answering them. I'll see you all again in the next video.